Hey everybody, it's me, Lila Gma Rides, back again with another book. This one I have titled Blue Denim for probably, hopefully, obvious reasons. It's made utilizing some techniques I learned from Nick the Booksmith off Teachable. You too, if you're interested, could sign up and take her courses, or you could just buy a book from me. This particular book has about 146 pages. It has a curved spine with some raised ridges on it, which have been highlighted with some bone-colored paint on the raised sections on the front and on all of the edges on the book. And it is a masonite cover that I have constructed, and it is covered with a muslin-y type fabric. And it's been hand painted with some, as you can probably tell, blue paint. And like I said, just kind of lightly dusted with some bone-colored paint and a little bit of antiquing around the edges. It's a hollow back technique, which is what this means. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's got a little bit of lace at the top there. And you can look down there and see that the spine is secured on both sides of the covers. And this is kind of a more girly book. You could easily throw it in your saddlebags, or you could keep it for a gardening journal. I kind of wanted to put this library document in here because I just thought it was cute. And like I've said, it's primarily blue inside. I have utilized a lot of old papers I had on hand that I dyed specifically to go along with the blue tones of the book. I've made made some envelopes and such out of some free things I found on the internet. I scored that off of the Paper Outpost, her free stuff. A lot of people are really generous with giving you free stuff to get you motivated to go to their Etsy pages, which I do. Both methods. I also like to dye a lot of my own paper, and then if I don't like the way it turns out, I stencil it. It's kind of fun. This is tea stained, and just I threw a little bit of cool stuff to look at on there. I mean, I will save any bits of paper that I think look interesting. Yeah, I've got a couple of cigar bands hanging around here just waiting to be used. Isn't that cool? This, I actually had some paint I was cleaning off, and so I dumped the paint, and it was like a metallic paint, so you probably can't see it, but there's some metallic sheen on the top of this. I think it looks pretty cool. And again, some stenciling, a perpetual calendar in case you need it, some examples of some calligraphy. And I think I might have mentioned in one of the other videos, I like to collect old books from secondhand store and wherever, and I will just take them apart and use the interesting pages. This is just some sort of an anime trading card that I found, and I thought, it's blue, it'll go in there. And this is another thing from one of Nick's books. When you buy her bookmaking classes, sometimes there'll be pages that you can print for yourself included with the bookmaking class, and this was one of those. And then I in turn also went ahead and did some stenciling and stamping on it just to jazz it up a bit, because why not? But anyway, you could do all kinds of things with this book. It's got graph paper in it. It's got a lot of paper clippy things. It's got some page tabs that I've made with lace. Got graph paper in case you want to graph any of your expenses. There's a couple of little notebooks in here, I think. And if you look, there's like a blue plaid spine. This is fabric. And it's sewed onto a tyvek back, which is that stuff that they make those really sturdy mailers out of. And then I've hand-stitched all of the pages onto that and secured it into this cover that's been handmade. So a lot of work is represented here, particularly since this is like one of the very first books that I ever made. But I just thought it might be kind of fun to show you. And yeah, I hope you enjoy looking at them as much as I do showing them off. I like to throw just added little bits and pieces of things in here in the books that I make, just so you have something else that's interesting to look at. Some of the stuff is vintage and some of it is printed off of the internet, like I said earlier. This is a teacher's note. I thought it was so funny. I'll leave it to the person that gets the book to look at it, though. And then sometimes I wind up with really, really old books. And my friend Fur brought me over a Poor Richard's Almanac. Yeah. So I threw a page in there. I thought it was interesting. Listen to these pages crinkle. Isn't that cool? And some more calligraphy pages. Isn't that interesting, though? Another one of those anime things. And that's just some stenciling that I did with some tea stain. And some more cool stuff that I put in here. There's not a lot of stitching on the machine. A lot of machine stitching in this one. I don't know why. Sometimes I just don't do it. It all kind of depends on whether I have it set up or not. And this is a funny thing. This is a tag off of a garment or something. But it's a really hefty piece of cardboard, and I thought, why waste it? So I recycled it. I think she's kind of cool looking, isn't she? But it's a nice little bookmark. I like to make things out of nothing. And no extra charge for the sticker, folks. Anyway, it is custom made by Gma Rides. If you've enjoyed it, please leave me a comment and like the video if you wouldn't mind. And yeah, if you're interested in acquiring this little gem or any of the other ones that you see in this chapter, you can feel free to hit me up. I'm pretty sure you can figure out how. Okay? Okay, again, don't forget, Nick the Booksmith and the Booksmith shop on Etsy.